Welcome back. Singapore will tighten fire safety requirements for timber scaffolds at construction sites come the start of next year. The changes are aimed at reducing fire risks and improving workplace safety. Caitlin Ng with this report.
Now, if you've walked past construction sites like these, you've probably seen scaffolding surrounding buildings while works go on. A lot of these structures are made out of metal, but some have components made out of timber, particularly for lower-rise projects. Now, the problem is timber is combustible, meaning that once ignited by sparks from hot works or other sources, it could fuel a fire that spreads rapidly, making it difficult for workers to evacuate and for firefighters to get the blaze under control. Now, that's why new rules will soon limit how long these timber scaffolds can remain on site and in use. Starting from 1st of January next year, the Manpower Ministry will cut the maximum duration for use of such structures from 9 months to just 3. Besides reducing the amount of combustible timber that is remaining on site over time, the reduced duration is also supposed to ensure that these structures are replaced and renewed regularly. Now, that's supposed to mitigate the safety risks that come from the deterioration of the material, be it from weather exposure or daily wear and tear. The issue of scaffolding safety was brought to the forefront last November when a massive fire at a Hong Kong apartment complex killed over 160 people. The buildings were undergoing major renovations and fire spread quickly via the bamboo scaffolding around the blocks. The tragedy reignited concerns over the risks posed by combustible workplace materials. For one Singapore firm, timber accounts for up to 40% of the scaffolds it installs, mainly for painting and renovation. It says timber was once significantly cheaper and quicker to erect than metal scaffolds.
Over time, the cost of the timber has actually increased a lot. And so the cost advantage over metal has reduced significantly over the years.
While it supports a new safety requirement, it says projects that rely on timber scaffolds for long periods will face higher costs.
If the construction were to engage timber scaffold that maybe requires 6 months, it means that the scaffold has to be rebuilt every 3 months, and that will incur cost and labour significantly more.
The Manpower Ministry says extensions beyond the 3-month limit may be granted on a case-by-case basis. Labour MP Melvin Yong welcomes the move, saying they're a step towards better protecting workers. And the review doesn't stop there. The ministry is also looking to tighten standards for scaffold netting to reduce the spread of fire.
Each incident, each accident represents a worker who did not return safely. And worse still, to a family who has lost a loved one. And that is the singular most important reason why we must continue to strengthen our culture of prevention.
The measures are part of broader efforts to strengthen workplace safety after a recent spate of fatal workplace accidents triggered a nationwide safety timeout. As major projects like Changi Terminal 5 and the Marina Bay Sands expansion get underway, MOM says it'll continue reviewing safety requirements across the industry.
So why are timber scaffolds a fire concern? It comes down to how easily the material can become fuel, especially when it's exposed to weather, heat, and worksite conditions over time. A fire only takes hold when fuel, heat, and oxygen come together. With timber scaffolds, the structure itself can become the fuel. Once it ignites, it can help feed the flames and allow the fire to keep burning. Remove any of these elements and the fire dies out. Now, timber scaffolds carry a higher fire risk than metal ones because the structure itself can burn. Once flames catch, they can move upwards quickly, allowing the fire to spread across several levels. Other materials on the scaffold, such as netting, can add to the risk. Metal scaffolds can still weaken in extreme heat, but unlike timber, they do not feed the fire. Labour MP Melvin Yong issued a statement saying aged timber is one of the reasons for scaffold fires. Aged timber gets more susceptible as it dries further with time. There are other ignition sources at a construction site like welding and cutting tools which produce sparks. These can also ignite the timber. Mr. Yong adds that workplace safety is a shared responsibility. He says the labour movement will work closely with unions, workers and employers to strengthen safety practices.